Hi guys, like how are you? So usually, what we do is like we do our videos on in a different language. So we usually do it in Tamil, but like since we had loads and loads of queries other than Tamil guys asking us many questions on youth mobility visa with the youth mobility visa which was just completed, and there are a lot of successful people. We have our own WhatsApp group with around 100 of them joined in, and there were multiple questions. We were trying to answer all those questions in Tamil, but like a lot of people outside Tamil Nadu kept asking us like the questions in English, and we thought this particular session will be completely in English. We are not what we are going to do is like we are going to take all the frequently asked questions and address them one by one. So anyone who have any queries on youth mobility visa application and the next steps in the process, you have to watch the whole video. It's going to be very useful. Before getting in, I'll just introduce you to Badri, Mr. Badri Bala Venkatesan. He's a senior immigration lawyer. So he's not only an immigration lawyer, he's a senior immigration consultant as well. So with level 3 in OISC, is that right?
Perfect. That's right.
SC, and he's been very helpful to a lot of people, and he's kindly agreed to give this session. And thank you very much, Badri. So,
Yes,
how are you? So, in our own
I'm
Tamil,
fine. Yes,
I'll say vanakkam and
Vanakkam.
namaste,
That's right.
and namaste to all the Indian guys. Okay, so Badri, thanks for joining. So we have done
Thank you.
like a lot of sessions with all the Tamil guys who have already won the youth mobility visa.
Sure. First of all, congratulations to everyone. And just to give a short introduction, my name is Badrinath Bala Venkatesan. As Mr. Raju Bhai said, I'm a senior immigration consultant and lawyer from Universal Fortune Limited. I'm an OSC level 3 immigration lawyer and consultant, which means I can deal with a lot of complex and difficult cases. And my website is www.ufvisas.com. And today we are going to talk about Indian professional visa, young Indian professional visa scheme. Okay. And first of all, congratulations to all of them who got selected. And just from Raju Bhai's video, over 30 people got selected. So that's a great kudos. And congratulations to Raju Bhai for making this effort and as a team effort. And it's a great success for your channel. And it's like over 30 people. That's a very big number, which is like almost like 1%.
Yeah. I can understand.
Yes, and more than
More than one.
1%.
Yeah, more than 1%.
1% is just come from your channel.
Thank
Okay. Yes,
you.
I'm happy to answer all your queries. Thank
Okay,
you.
so we've been getting a lot of questions. Some of them are really basic. People don't go through the documents and then they ask those questions. That's fine. So I'm not going to address those questions.
Mhm.
I'm going to address the questions which I thought that will be useful for the wider audience. Okay. So
Sure.
the process is like that. So they've gone for this visa. They've
Mhm.
gone to the ballot. They've applied it, and millions of them applied. And out of that, like some of them, handful of them have got
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
correct.
So the now that process is done and dusted. Now we are going to the next process, which is like
That's right.
they've been given the 30 days time. Within
Correct.
that 30 days time, they have to submit their applications. Yeah,
Correct.
right. So that's the
That's right.
phase we get into. So
Yeah.
before getting into that questions, I thought like Badri,
Yeah.
what we'll do is we'll do a walkthrough in English if possible.
Correct.
If you're okay with it,
Sure.
we'll walk
Absolutely.
through with that and then stop there in the submission of the application. And
Sure.
once we get there, I'll ask you all these questions related to that.
Yeah.
How is that?
Awesome. Yeah. We can do that.
Okay.
Absolutely. So you want to just kind of fill a dummy application
Yes,
to
please.
see how it goes, right?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Sure. No problem.
Okay.
Fantastic. We'll do it. But before that, shall we go through the documents they need to provide?
Yes, please. So we can start from there. So what are the
Yeah.
documents? So from there
Okay.
we start, and then you go into the form. Yeah.
Absolutely. So first, they need to provide a valid passport or other document shows their identity and nationality, which is for Indian, they must provide an Indian passport. Okay. And a second thing is they have to show they have evidence of at least 2,530 pounds in their bank account for 28 days.
This is the maintenance fund. Is that right?
That's right. This is the maintenance fund. They need to show in equivalent to Indian rupees. So approximately 2.6 lakhs. let's say 2.6 lakhs, they need to show in their bank account for 28 days. And then third is evidence of their qualifications, such as their degree certificate or provisional mark sheet. Along with that, they need to provide, not provisional mark sheet, provisional degree certificate and a mark sheet, right?
Yeah.
And then they need to provide a tuberculosis certificate, test result, if they are living in India or any other country which is listed in the TB certificate, but they need to provide TB certificate. And finally, they need to provide a police clearance certificate from India, stating that they do not have any criminal conviction as such. Okay, so these are the list of documents.
So
And then,
sorry, are you done with the list of the documents?
that's it.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So can I stop you there, because I'll ask
Sure.
you questions around those documents itself.
Absolutely. Sure,
So
sure.
the first question is, okay, usually in India, what happens is, like, mainly in the southern part of India, you have an initial and then you have a surname, right? So usually
That's right.
all the documents, you like, my name is Raju Muthuswamy.
Yeah.
I used to be called like Raju M. Yeah.
Yes,
In
yes.
all the other documents, but like in my passport, it was expanded and it was called Raju Muthuswamy. So
That's right.
that's a general question by everyone, asking whether I need to provide an affidavit to say that these two are the same.
Yes, so it is good to provide. Basically, what happened recently, we applied for ECTIS, UK NARIC for one of the skilled worker visa category, and the ECTIS asked for this document whether it is same, and if it is same, if you can provide affidavit. But this is not a mandatory document, but it is always good to provide because you have a short version, so it would avoid any delays. But it is not mandatory since it doesn't have the full name. For instance, like Badrinath Bala Venkateshan is my full name, but it would be in all my certificates as B Badrinath. So this sometimes could create confusion if
And
it is the same.
unnecessary delays, maybe.
Correct.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily delays. So it's
Okay.
better to provide it.
Better to provide. It's like, it's nice to have you. It's not like
Correct.
must. Yeah, that's
Must. It's not a mandatory
okay.
document.
Fine. I'll now from the passport, I'll go to the next one, which is people. Yeah, that's a basic question, but I would like you to answer that. The main thing
Mhm.
is, everyone is worried. My passport is expiring on the 7th month. What
Yeah.
can I do? Do I need to get a, so like, some of them went for a new passport, which
Mhm.
actually had a knock-on effect, and it has
Mhm.
delayed the process further. So what do you
Okay.
suggest? If they have 6 months, like, the requirement is you need to have 6 months in your passport.
Yeah, at least 6 months should be fine.
Yeah,
That
fine.
should be fine.
Yeah,
I can give you the exact one. Hold on.
because like, these guys are not aware that they can come here and renew their passport. So
That's right.
right. So that's a easy thing. Like, we have an Indian embassy and they can apply it here and they can get a new passport
That's
while
right.
they're here. Yeah. So that's
That's right. That's right. Yes. Normally, they say if you have any valid passport of at least 6 months
yeah,
in particular,
yeah.
but with this is a general thing they would say. But people, if they have passport at least even 1 year validity or 2 year validity, they can absolutely go and apply with the existing passport. And after coming to the UK, they can extend it inside the UK.
Fine. Okay, that's great. So that's answer is done. So they can easily. So the main thing is,
Yes.
minimum thing is 6 months.
Yeah,
And
they recommend it,
yeah,
but it's not man. Yeah,
yeah. And if you have like maybe 7th month, don't worry. You can come here and renew the passport.
that's right.
Okay, the next one. So now, coming into the tuberculosis TB
Mhm.
certificate and the PCC, there are a lot of similarities here.
That's right.
Okay.
But I'm checking in the guidance. In the guidance, it doesn't even say that 6 months is required, but it is advisable to have it
Okay.
at least 6 month validity. Yeah.
Yeah, at least 6 months. Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
So now, coming to the tuberculosis, everyone is asking the
Mhm.
question, saying that, do I need to have my passport details in that
Yes.
certification?
In the basically for each and every country, they need to go to the recognized TB centers. Okay. And when they go for it, they would ask for what visa they're applying, where they would be staying, and what are the personal details along with passport In some countries, they don't ask. In some countries, they do ask about these details. So it is good to provide it. It is if it is being asked, you must provide it.
Okay, if so some of them are asking, saying that, yeah, I missed that. Do I need to go back and get another one? What would you suggest? Because like
No, you can just write in a covering letter. If you miss to provide the passport details, that is fine in the TB certificate. You can provide a covering letter. It is not mandatory. You need to go and redo it because all of the personal details matches. It should be fine.
okay, okay. Now coming to the PCC now. So in PCC,
Mhm.
when they go to for the police certificate thing, what is that? Police checking certificate, is it?
Yeah, police clearance certificate.
Clearance certificate. So when they go to police clearance certificate, they have a uh, they have a template which they use, and they give their
Mhm.
name and everything, and they sign it off. In that template, there is like work permit. There are three options. It doesn't
Mhm.
mention youth mobility.
That's right. That's right.
Do they need to specifically mention that? What would you suggest?
If it gives the option other, then you can tick other and provide it. Otherwise, you can choose work permit.
Work permit is okay. Is it? Okay, okay,
Yes,
fine.
yes,
All
yes.
right, fine. So now coming to the most interesting question everyone asks.
Mhm.
Okay, that 28 days, and I think that last 1 month, 1 week, we've been discussing about this like
That's right.
100 times. Okay, so
Yes, yes.
everyone, I'll just frame it. We have already spoken to other guys. I just want to um, give this knowledge to others as well. So this 28 days is very important, right? So
That's right.
you can't move here and there. Like you should meet
Yes.
exactly 28 days. Yeah, from the so now I want you to explain that completely. And
Yeah, sure.
there are two options. Like lot of guys, what they've done is when they got this email on the 7th
Uh,
or 8th of
Yeah,
March, they waited for
that's
5 days
right.
and then they deposited the money, which clearly
Oh
says
dear.
that they've crossed that 28 days. I think they
That's right.
so one, they want to know, is it still okay to apply with this like lesser number of days, or what
No,
are the other
not
options? And yeah,
okay.
so we'll start from there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So first of all, uh, when they got their approval email, in that it would clearly state with the deadline, with the date and time by when they should apply for it. So that should be their last day. And when they are applying on that day, they must have completed 28 days, full 28 days before they apply. For instance, March 31st is the last day, which the deadline as stated in the email. Then by March 30th, they should have completed 28 days. Okay, by March 30th, they should have completed 28 days and then they can apply on March 31st. Because on the day you're applying, you do not need to provide the document. You can always, as long as you submit the application and you meet the requirement, which is by March 30th, your 28 days is completed, you can always, before going to your biometrics VFS appointment, you can get the copy of your bank statement and either you can upload it beforehand or you can ask VFS, you can take that document scanning
So
service and they can upload it for you. Okay, but if you have not completed 28 days on the date of application, then your application will fall under mandatory refusals. However, if someone is having money in their joint account with their mother or father or with their uncle, auntie, sister, brother, then they can also use that bank statement where they have joint account and where they have access to the full money. And if they can also provide a letter from the relevant joint account holder and a letter from the bank that they have access to the full fund, that should be fine. So if they have money in joint account or who has that money and they are having a joint account, that should be fine.
okay, so that's a good answer. So there are like the strict deadline for that. So 28
That's right.
days is not movable. You can't move it.
Yeah.
You can't say that, oh, I've got 27 days. Can I do it? No, it's a risk. Okay. The main thing is like if you don't have it, then go for the other option, which is the joint account. But it
Yes,
should be
everything.
yeah. So as you mentioned, everything should be ticked. Okay. So
Correct.
my question is like one of the guys said that like on the 28th day,
Mhm.
like his application, you talked about the 31st March, right? We'll take that
Mhm.
example. 31st of March is an example. He says that like his application deadline is 5:30 in the morning, 31st of March. Yeah. And so his deadline like 28 days completes on 30th. Yeah.
Yeah, that should be fine.
That should be fine. So night 12
100%.
o'clock.
But
he was
make
asking-
sure if they've given the time
Yeah.
at 5:30, then he should apply before that.
So yeah, he was
5:30.
asking, okay, can I apply it before? So I said it's online. He should be able
Yes,
to apply, but
that's
he'll
right.
double check with you. So
Correct.
he has to do it after 12 and before 5:30. Is that right?
That's right. That's right. If they've given the time, yes, then he
Okay.
should be okay.
Okay, perfect. So I think that I've asked you most of the questions, which were like most frequently asked questions.
Sure.
Now, there's another question. Like they were asking about two accounts. So there's one guy was saying that I've got
Absolutely.
yeah. My dad has another 1.5 lakhs. Can I show both the accounts together? I
Yes,
have
yes, you can.
Okay.
Absolutely. If he is having joint account with his father
Yeah.
and he has 1 lakh on separately, he can show multiple accounts and he can combine it together.
So
That's not an issue at all.
two joint accounts as well, right? Like
Yes, yes, yes. It can be multiple accounts.
Okay, that's great. Now, like coming to the degree one. So one question I had, a
Sure.
lot of people were asking, what is this RFQ 6 level? Where do I go and mention that, like in my certificate, that this is RFQ? Because like if they reject it on that basis, what I'm going to do? So you
Yes.
said that only the mark sheets and the provisional is good.
Provisional
Anything on
degree
top of that
certificate.
is good as well.
Yes.
But like,
Yes.
is there? Do they have to worry about this RFQ thing?
Okay.
RFQ.
Most of the degree qualification from India,
Yeah.
it is as per ECTS, previously known as UK NARIC. They consider that as above, I mean, equivalent to RFQ level 6 and above.
Yeah.
Okay. But some qualifications like from Pakistan and other countries, it is considered, the master's degree is considered as a bachelor's degree and the bachelor's are considered below.
Oh,
So this you can only verify through ECTS.
Yeah.
Or UK NARIC, only they can give the answer. But as I said, most of the degrees from India, especially from South India and Tamil Nadu, from my experience, it has been at least at RKF level 6 and above. But of course, you cannot take my word as a kind of a final thing. This is from based on my experience. I'm telling you, only ECTS or UK NARIC can give the answer for it.
And how do they approach them? ECTS or
They can do it online, and
Yeah.
they need to pay certain amount, and they would be able to say that.
Okay, that's good. So they can do it online and they can pay some
That's
amount
right.
and get that. Okay, so that's perfect. So yeah, so we'll go to the form filling if that's okay with you.
That's right. Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes. Again, before we go, this is purely for immigration purpose. This whole video is for immigration. Sorry, it cannot be, this is for information purpose. It cannot be taken as an immigration advice. Okay. This is purely for information purpose. And if you need any immigration advice, you need to present all your documents and then we would be able to give advice, or you need to contact regulated immigration solicitor or OAC regulated immigration lawyer with all your documents. This is purely for information purpose, this video. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah,
Thank you.
that really helps. Yeah.
Yes.
So now we'll get into the form. Yeah.
Sure. Let me share the video quickly and we'll take it from there.
Sorry, one question I had before that, before you go in. So I've written down some of the questions I thought. So one of the things they were asking about whether I can pay with the same card. Sorry, it's like how do I pay for that initial fees and IHS? Do I need to have an international card or a normal?
No. Indian card should do.
Okay. And one more thing is, can I do biometrics in UAE? I think some of them have applied outside India.
Yes, I mean, technically it should allow.
Yeah.
Because as long as they are Indian citizen, they should be able to allow to apply the application. Yes, anyway, and they meet all other eligible criteria.
Fine. And the last question, I think that I can answer that, but like I'll double check with you. Can I use my friend's card to pay the fees?
Yeah, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
As
Anyone
long as your friend knows about it. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. That's it. Yeah, we'll go ahead.
Okay, let's go through it. So I will share the video. I mean, share the screen.
Okay, guys.
Once.
So the next part is like completely step by step process of like how you apply for these
That's right.
yeah, youth mobility visa. Yeah, we are going to share the screen now.
Yeah, I think you have to enable me to share the screen.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't give you the permission, is it? Yes, should be okay now.
Yep.
All right.
Are you able to see it?
Yeah, got it. Yeah,
Awesome. Okay. Let's go through it. Okay. So where you're planning to live? This is the first question. So this is the link.
yeah,
And as soon as you click apply now, the link is here.
yeah.
Indian Young Professional Scheme Visa Apply. You can see here. Yeah.
They would have got this in their emails, right? Like once.
They should have got, otherwise they can Google it and get it. And then they need to click apply now.
Yeah,
So the first question, where are you planning to live? So mostly it would be England, Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland. So they
yeah,
have to tick that, click continue. Do you have currently, I mean, do you have a current EU or Swiss passport? The answer is no, because they all have Indian passport.
yeah. We'll yeah.
Yep. And then select the country to provide your biometrics. So they have to choose India, or if they are applying from some other country,
Oh,
let's
that
say
answers this
they
question.
are residing,
The other question. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
they're residing in Dubai, they can choose UAE.
Yeah,
So click India, then click next. Then check available visa application center location. So you can check which is the nearest location by going to this link above. So most of our people are from Tamil Nadu. So they would be applying from Madras,
Chennai.
which is
Yeah,
Chennai. Yeah.
yeah,
So you have to click, I have identified the location where I'll be providing biometrics. Next. Then before you start, you need to see what is it. Read the all this information points.
and that's the last one is youth mobility scheme, right?
That's right. Yes, here you can see youth mobility scheme. So this link is used for this category of people. So you choose youth mobility is here, and then you click apply now. So first you need to register an email address.
Yeah.
So I shall provide my email address, and you have to create a password. Then, so it should be same.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to click the same password in both the things. Okay. So now you have to choose which route you are applying.
Yeah.
The last one is youth mobility scheme. So
Okay.
save and continue. So check the answers and click continue. So who does this email belong to? If it is done by themselves, it should be you. Or if it is done by any immigration lawyers like us or any other consultants, then they have to click someone else. So I'll click as you as I'm doing it. And do you have any other email address? If you have, you can provide. Otherwise, it's no. Your telephone number, you can provide it. I'll just put,
Some random number. Yeah.
yeah. So this can be used with more than one option for whilst in the UK, whilst out of the UK. What is it? It's a mobile number. Save and continue. I think there is an error.
Mm.
Okay, let me try to, I think, because it's Sunday, they might be upgrading
Oh, okay. Maintenance.
maintenance. 1 second, let me try again. Okay, I think it has accepted. Let's see. Good. Try to refresh it. Do you have any other telephone number? In case when people are doing it, just in case if it's in the last day and there is any technical issue, please take the screenshot. And you can, they always give the 14 days
Grace period.
period only if there was exceptional circumstance which is out of your control and you are not able to do it. So if, for instance, if the website is down, the portal is down, which is out of your control, you have to take the screenshot with the time and everything, and you can apply next day and provide this evidence and detailed covering letter. This has happened. That's why I couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, guys, like, very careful. So, if you find something, some issues, just capture it so that you have an evidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other telephone number? No. So, contacting by telephone, I can be contacted by telephone, calls, and text message. So, I choose that option. And then a name. I just put my short name. Save and continue. In addition to any other name, if someone has changed their name, or if they are married and they have changed their name, you have to put your previous name here.
Yeah.
If you have changed your name because of numerology or any other purpose, then you have to mention if you had any other name in the past. So here I would say no. And male, relationship is single, and then save and continue. So are you eligible, and are you from one of this country national? So it is India is here, so it is yes, because most of them are, not most, everyone's Indian. Previous entry on youth mobility scheme. So they had this as a working holiday maker like years and years ago. They asking, have you been in this part of the scheme? So answer is no. Most of them, because it was more than a decade ago. So it will be no.
So more than everyone is above 40 now.
That's right. And this is address they need to put in India. So, I'll just put some random address.
Yeah.
So is this your correspondence address? Yes, if they want any other correspondence address for receiving their post, they can choose it. Otherwise, they have to say, is this your correspondence address? Yes. How long they have lived in this property? Whatever years, I'll just put as 20 years. But if they lived for 6 months, they have to choose months.
Yeah.
And then if I own it, I rent it or other. Most of them would be living with their parents, so they can choose other and put as living with my parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go save and continue, and you put your passport number. So
yeah. Shall I pause it now, or like can you put some random?
This is just my Indian passport, which I
okay.
had 8 years ago.
Fine, that's okay.
So, and issuing authority is Republic of India. Issue date, it should be a valid passport. So I will put 1903-22 to 1803, because they always give 10 years, 1 year less than 10 years, 2032. And then any identity card, yes, if they have Aadhaar card, so they can put yes, and they have to put the ID card issuing authority and the date it was issued. But since I don't have one, so I will just click as no. But all Indians who have Aadhaar card, they should put this.
Okay. Is it a must?
Okay.
Is it a must?
It is not mandatory, but because they have it, it's always good to provide it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then country of nationality, again, India. Country of birth, India. Place of birth, just put. And date of birth, I'll put 8th of March 2003.
Good.
So I'm 20 years. No, I'll put 2001. So I just completed a recent, oh dear.
Again.
Okay, I think again.
If you go
Let me
back,
see if it's working. Okay, page has gone, so I have to do it again. Country of birth, India, then save and continue. Good.
Yeah.
Expression of interest. Have you received an email as you have been successful to the Indian Young Professional Scheme? Of course, you people who have got it, you have to say yes. What is the UAN number?
Yeah, we've just put the
Okay,
UAN number. So this is the next step after
that's
that.
right.
Yeah.
Where this UAN number, it will be in your approval email. Please check in your approval email.
Okay.
Okay. So now eligibility for the youth mobility scheme, confirm that you provide the police clearance certificate that should be issued 6 months before your application, which is
Yeah.
important. Of course, people would be getting it now, and evidence of their qualification, which is equivalent to RQF level 6.
It's
And
art.
then any other,
Yeah, sorry.
yes, that's right. Any other nationality, do you currently hold or have held any other nationality? If they are a citizen of any other country, then they have to click yes. Mostly it would be no, most of the Indians. But if they have, then they have to say yes, and they have to provide that nationality, passport, identification details, and when they receive that. Okay. Spoken language, what is the preference? So it is English. In case if they want to do an interview, and
Yeah.
then if anyone dependent on you, mostly there won't be anyone, children under 18 or anyone, because this is one of the criteria which says you cannot have anyone who is dependent on you, or you should, if they are, and they should not be financially dependent on you.
So
So
that
mostly
question,
it will be,
yeah, maybe I'll stop you there and ask that question. So there are a lot of people
sure.
who have decided to leave their kids and family at home. Where like they're
Yes.
in 30, they already have a kid, maybe 1 or 2 years old. They come under dependent, right? So whether they're going to take them or not, I don't know. But they were worried that okay, if I mention
Not
that I
possible.
have a kid, would that be a problem?
No, I will show you the guidance.
Yeah,
If the child is dependent on them,
yeah.
then just something. I will just show you 1 second. One second. If you can pass it,
Yeah,
pass the recording, please. Yeah.
yeah.
See, the
Yeah, I
eligibility
had that
criteria
question.
clearly.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Can you repeat the question?
So the question was like there were a lot of people asking about this dependency question, like where they said that okay, if I have a
Sure.
child who's like 2 year old, can I
Yeah.
still apply?
Yeah. Okay. See, the rule clearly says to be an eligible for an India Young Professional Scheme visa, you must not have any children under the age of 18 who live with you or who you are financially responsible for. Okay. If the children is living with them under the age of 18, then you must not have any children. They won't fall, they would not be eligible for this criteria. Or
Oh,
for instance, if the children is living with the mother, or if they are living in a different place and they are not financially responsible for, then yes.
yeah,
But if uh, the married is different, they could
yeah.
be married. But if they have any children under the age of 18 who they are living, then this would be, this could fall for
Oh,
refusal.
okay, fine. Yeah, fine.
Okay, because they are not meeting the eligible criteria.
Yeah, fine. Got it. Got
Okay,
it. Okay.
so you must not have any children under the age of 18 who live with you
Yeah,
or who you are financially responsible for. If they are living with them, then they don't meet the eligible criteria. But if they got children but they are not financially responsible and they are not living with them, then yes.
yeah.
Is it
Okay.
clear?
Yeah, it is clear. Okay.
So I will go back to the
Yeah.
thing.
Application.
Okay, so I will put it as no,
Yeah.
and then give the details of your first parent, mother. I'll just put some random name, country of nationality, India, date of birth. Did they have always same nationality? Yes. If they had any other nationality, you have to put. Then father, date of birth, Indian. Have they had always same nationality? Yes. So family who live in the UK, do they have any family in the UK? This includes immediate family members such as spouse, civil partners, parent or children, grandparent or grandchildren, their spouse or civil partner family, your child spouse, your child spouse, civil partner or partner, your partner if you have lived with them for 2 out of 3 last years. So if you have any of them in the UK, then you need to say yes. Otherwise, it's no.
Yeah.
So save and continue. And are they traveling as part of an organized group? But most of them would be traveling alone. So I would say as no. If they are traveling as a group, then they have to say. If they are traveling with any other person, for instance, who is not their partner, spouse, or dependent, they have to mention who they are traveling with. If they are just going with a friend, that is not the thing. If they are taking some child or anyone,
Yeah.
so that they have to provide it.
Okay.
Okay. If someone else
Only
is
in
being
these kind of
selected,
special cases they have to
yes,
mention.
yes, yes.
Okay.
If someone else been selected and they are going, just they are joining in the same flight, no,
It
that's not
doesn't.
the
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But for instance, if they're going, any of the family member is going with them on tourist visa or something, then you need to put it. But it's most of the time it would be no. So where will you stay in the UK? So you need to provide approximately, not approximately, wherever you would be staying, at least for some days, few months, and then you're gonna go to your permanent residency. Wherever you are going to stay, that address needs to be provided. So I'll give my office address as of now. And then will they be staying in any other place in the UK if they know, like for instance, here they're asking if you're going to stay like in Airbnb or some
Yeah.
kind of temporary accommodation, they have to
One
provide.
moment, Badri. We need to stop here. The
Yeah,
time is getting over.
sure,
I'll start a new session and send you. Yeah.
sure. No worries. Sure.
Yeah. So the next one.
Okay. So if they're gonna stay in any other temporary accommodation such as Airbnb or bed and breakfast or in a hotel, they have to provide the address here. Okay.
So I think in
Here.
most of the cases, whatever people have spoken to me, they all were asking about like what can I do because I don't have anyone, I don't know anyone here. So this is the only
Yes,
option
yes.
where they get this.
This is the only option. Yes, they can provide the accommodation address.
All right. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
Got it.
So I will say no. And then travel history. This is very important. So have you been to the UK in the past 10 years? So in the past 10 years, if they have been, they must provide it. If they do not provide it, then it would come under fail to disclose the information and their application could be refused. So if they have traveled, yes. If they have not traveled, no. So I will assume they haven't traveled. So I'll put it as no.
I have one
Save and
question there.
continue.
So one of the guy was rejected tourist visa to UK, and he was saying that I'm a bit worried that it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is the next question.
Yeah.
So it is coming. I'm
Oh,
coming
okay.
to
Okay.
that point.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. So the next question is, have you been issued a visa with UK in the past 10 years? So if it is yes, they have to say when they were issued. For instance, they came 5 years ago as a tourist, then
Yeah.
they need to mention that here, or they've been as a student
Yeah.
before, then they have to mention it here. If it's no, then click no. And then travel to any of these countries in the
So
past
that
10 years
one,
if they
so
have traveled.
sorry, the previous one, there was a rejection for him. So he says that he
Yes, that
was
is coming the
rejected.
next part. That is the next question.
Oh, okay, okay, fine. It's still coming.
Yes, yes, no
Uh,
worries. I'm coming back.
okay.
Yes. So this is about travel to, apart from UK, they're asking if they travel to Australia, Canada, New Zealand, USA, Switzerland, or any other European countries. If they have traveled, how many times they have to mention that and the dates. If it is no, then I put it as 0 and I'll go save and continue. And this is world travel history. Apart from UK and apart from the countries which we said, for instance, if they've been to Thailand, Singapore, then they need to mention all those things. Again, they're asking only about the last 10 years. If they have traveled, then they have to put yes and the dates and the purpose of the travel. If it is no, I will just click it as no and go to the next one. Okay, again, it's playing. I'll refresh it. Okay. So the date you intend to travel, this is very important. So because from this date only, they would give the visa approval.
Okay.
So let's say I'm applying today and I would like to give a date within 3 months. So let's say I would say I want to travel on 19th of May. 2023. So from this date only, they would grant me the visa. Okay.
So yeah, here I
So
have
I'll
one question. So there was some specific
sure.
question on this. So shall I ask it now or later? Shall I ask it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or maybe we can do it because the question you have asked is here.
Oh, that has come now.
For,
Yeah, okay, okay.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
For either the UK or any other country, have you been
Refused.
refused a visa, refused entry at the border, refused permission to stay in the, stay or remain, deported, removed, required to leave, excluded, or banned? This is not only to UK, any country. Then you must mention it. Yes, if you have it, and you need to provide the date you applied, what is the reason for refusal, and what visa they applied for. So
Okay.
there's three things. Please, 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 this is very important. All these are mandatory questions. You must be honest and truthful. And if you give false information, you will be refused and you would be given 10-year ban to enter the UK for providing false information. So it's very, very important. If you have been refused, that's absolutely fine. As long as you mention it, your visa will go through successfully. But if you have been banned or anything, then you can only apply after the ban is finished. So it's very, very important.
So what
Okay.
are the three
So
factors? So we have to clearly mention like which year, why, what
which
was the
year?
reason of
Correct.
refusal, etc. Okay.
What is the reason?
Yeah.
And when was it?
Okay.
Okay. So I'll click as no. And then if they have entered the UK and they have immigration law before, then they have to also mention here what they have done. For instance, they have entered the UK illegally, or they have given false information. You can see false information applying for a visa, leave to enter here. That's why I said they have to be honest and truthful. Otherwise, they would come under breach of UK immigration law. They have provided false information. So it's very important.
Okay.
So I would say as no. And then we go to the next question. This is if they got any convictions and penalties. This is very important. Okay, criminal conviction or penalty, arrest, anything. That's why they ask for the police clearance certificate. But if they've been in UK or any other country in the world, including India, they have to mention it here. So I hope most of our boys are very good and they do not have any criminal conviction. So I will say as no, and I would go. So again, now they must read this information page before answering this question. So have they committed any war crimes? So you must read this clearly, what it is fully. And if you have not involved in any such thing, so then you have to click no. It's very important that you read it before you answer. And then you have to also click that I have read all the information about war crimes, including the guidance in either peace or war time. You have been ever involved or suspected for involvement in war crime. So it would be no, because I assume they do not have it. If they have done anything as such, please read the guidance fully before answering and then click yes or no. Okay, I'm just putting as no. And then we go to the next question, which is about terrorist activities. Again, before answering the questions, you must read all the information for terrorist activities. I click as no. And what is terrorist organization? You have to read it. And then I would click as no, that I have not been part of a terrorist organization or been means or medium. I would say as no. Again, before answering this question, you must read it, and after answering you have to say I have read all the information. It's very important you read it.
Yeah.
Then you go save and
So
continue.
every link has to be expanded and read properly and then answered. Right?
Correct. Yes, they cannot assume it. They must read it and they should understand it. Again, in this page they are asking, have you been part of any extremist organization? Please read it, what it is. Click no. And then if you have any extremist views, then please read what it means. And then if you have it, then you have to say yes. If you do not have it, you have to say yes, no. And then you need to click, I have read all the guidance about extremist organization and views, including the guidance. Okay. Person of good character. Have you been part of any your employment or otherwise undertaken paid or unpaid activity on behalf of a non-UK government, which you know to be dangerous to the interest of national security of the UK allies? Okay, this comes under the good character. this would be considered if they have done anything as per the question, then they have to mention as yes, because it will not be considered as a person with good character. If not, it should be no. Have you ever engaged in any other activity might indicate that you may not be considered to be a person of good character. If they have any reasons or if they've engaged, then it should be yes. Otherwise, if they have not done anything, it should be no. And is there any other information, your character or behavior, which you would like to make us aware of, which could be not a person of good character? If it is, they have to mention. If not, it is no. And then employment history. If they have worked in any of this organizations, if they at any time, if they worked in armed force, if they've been in military or navy, they have to mention that. In armed force, compulsory national or military service, government including public or civil administration, if they have been worked there, intelligence service, if they worked in raw, they have to mention it. Security organization including police and private securities, media organizations, judiciary including work as a judge or magistrate. If they have not worked in any of this sector, then they have to click I have not worked in any other job. If they have worked, then they need to provide the evidence. Okay.
Yeah.
They have to provide where they worked and what. Okay.
Oh, again an error.
Yes. Save and continue. Additional information. If they want to provide any other additional information about their application or about themselves, they can provide it here. For
So
instance,
nice. Yeah, I think that this is one of
correct.
the area which they can
Correct.
use. And okay, that's good.
That's right. For instance, you were saying about, the name was a bit different, the affidavit. They can all those additional information. If the passport number, one digit they entered instead of zero as O
Yeah.
or something in TB certificate or something, or if they missed the passport number in the TB certificate,
Yeah.
they can mention that information here, whatever missed out. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay. Now you will get one last chance before you make the IHS payment. So you can go through all the answers you have entered and you can change it, read it. And if it's not correct, you can change it.
You have an
If
option
you
to
are
change it on the side, right? So you can go and amend.
correct, whichever section you want, you can change it. So, but after
one last thing. So if you go to the dates, like you said that you put a date, travel date, right? On a May something, right? When exactly this person wants to fly. Yeah. So and you mentioned that that's the date the visa will start.
Visa would start.
Yeah. Now there's a confusion there. People asking about this 90-day clause. Yeah.
Correct.
There are two things coming up. One is 90-day clause, and they've been asked to fly within that 90 days. And
they give you 90 days virginity sticker normally.
Okay.
So within 90 days, they have to travel and then they have to collect their full biometric card inside the UK from the post office, whatever they are providing in the application at the final stage.
Okay. So this within 90 days, when you say March, when they say May is the flying time, you have to fly on that day or within that 90 days?
From that date, they will give 90 days.
Okay.
This is your intended date to travel, but for some reasons you have to delay your travel. That's absolutely fine. But as long as you travel within 90 days, that should be fine. But if you pass the 90 days, then you need to apply for new virginity sticker. That's entirely a different process. Okay. But there is also another clause that they have to travel within 6 months. Okay, because it's only for 2 years.
Oh, so yeah, so they have to travel within the 6 months. So
6
they
months.
have to reapply and then again travel.
Correct.
6 months.
Okay. Still, no, not within 6 months. From the date what they got from the initial virginity sticker, they should travel within 90 days. Okay, but this is for the visa clause, a general visa clause. They should travel within 6 months. That's what I'm saying.
Fine. What is that sticker called? Virginity.
Virginity sticker. The initial 90 days they would give, and they have to travel within 90 days.
Oh, fine.
Okay.
Cool.
And then click continue. So evidence to show the maintenance requirement. So this is what our bank, they are having the funds in. So I'll put it as State Bank of India. And if they are showing us a statement, provide the statement, passport, whatever it is, you provide the statement.
So do they need to put that? Oh, so it's just like they're not uploading the document yet.
No, they're not uploading. They're just going to say which document they're going to provide, the passport statement or anything. Okay. and then save and continue. If do you need more evidence? As you said, he is having one account with his father and one account on his own. So any additional evidence, because then you have to say yes and provide that bank account. If not, it is no. Then documentary evidence. So here, this is the most important thing. You can see what they are asking. Okay, so first is the passport. Second is the police registration certificate. Third is statement of the personal bank or building society. Fourth is evidence of qualification. So please read here. After you submit your application, you must provide your documents to our commercial partner, which is VFS.
Okay.
You can provide your documents by uploading copies of your documents yourself through your our commercial partner website, or taking your documents, original copies, to your appointment, where our commercial partner will scan them for you for a fee.
Oh, nice.
Okay. If you choose to pay for the assist scanning service, all documents need to be in A4 size, and you may be charged to make them suitable for scanning. If you require passport, you must take the original to your appointment. If you self-upload copies on your commercial partner website, you must still take your original passport, but will not be charged for scanning. And then TB certificate, you may need to be tested for tuberculosis. If your test shows that you do not have TB, you will be given a certificate which is valid for 6 months from the date of your X-ray, including the certificate with your visa application. Check if you need to get tested. Okay. So save and continue. So check all this answers again. If you are happy, click continue. And then you again understand the conditions. If your application is successful, there will be condition on your visa or leave to remain. This will include, for example, whether you're able to work. If you stay in the UK without permission, you can be detained, you can be prosecuted, you can be removed, you will not be allowed to work, you will not be able to rent home, you will not be able to claim any benefits. You can be charged by the NHS for medical treatment. You can be denied access to the bank account. DVLA can prevent you from driving. So you read all these things and you confirm that you understand, you accept these conditions, and then save and continue. Now, the final declaration. So who is doing this application? If I am the applicant, I confirm I'm the applicant, I'm aged 18 or over. I accept the above, check the answers, click continue. Now, this is the page. After this page, you cannot change anything. So you have come to the IHS page. And once you click to go to IHS website, it will ask you for your personal details. You enter the personal details and it will come up with the money, which is 470 pounds per year. Approximately, it would be around 1 lakh rupees. You pay that, and then you would get a IHS number. And once you put that IHS number again, you will get another thing, which is your final visa application fee, which is 249 pounds. And then you have to enter the card. And once you pay that, then you will get your application. You need to download your copy of your application. It will give you option to download your document checklist. And then it will give you the external commercial partner website. You click that, it will automatically take you to VFS website automatically. And there you need to create an account with user ID and password, and then enter your personal details again. It will pop up when you put, once you complete this, you will get a GWF number, and you put that reference number, and it will ask you what service you need, that they can choose if they need document scanning service, courier service, all those information, and choose a date for appointment and the location, and finally pay for that fee. And then they will get appointment confirmation with the services they have chosen. They need to print this, and they have to go on that date and submit all the documents. They would scan and give it back to them. And of course, they would hold the passport. If you want to keep the passport, then you need to choose a service called Keep My Passport service. Otherwise, if it is provided, only if it is provided in that particular center. If not, they have to submit their passport, all the documents. They would scan and they would report, they would return all other documents except passport. And then they would process the application. Finally, they would get the visa and they can come successfully.
And, we'll meet them here.
Exactly. We'll meet them here in the UK.
Okay. So the main thing, the last bit, I just want to go back and just reconfirm. So once they've completed this, like I'm coming to this page where like they've done everything, there's like after you click this button, you're not allowed to go back and make any amendments. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is the final
That's right.
chart. Yeah. So
Mhm.
now you either go and pay the IHS website fees, or save and continue and go back and
Correct.
make any amendments. Yeah. So now
Yes.
when I go to IHS website, I pay the amount, which is around
Correct.
470 into two
Mhm.
years.
Mhm.
Then it will go take you to the next page where you have to pay the visa fees amount, which is like around
Yeah.
259 or something. Yeah,
That's right.
that's correct. And once that is completed, then you have an option to go to the partner's site. Is that right?
No, there is not an option. It will give yes, it will give, and they must go to the partner site, commercial partner site,
Yeah, that is,
because that is where they can book the fingerprints, the
yeah,
biometrics and all.
biometrics. Yeah,
They
okay.
must go. It
They
will
must.
give that option. Yes,
It'll
they
give
have
that
to go.
option. Then they'll go to that site. They will create their own account. They'll fill all the details required, and then they have an option to book an appointment. Yeah, it will
Yeah.
be maybe a couple of days later. They'll be given a calendar where they can go and select it, and then they'll book an
Yes.
appointment. So there, you said there are multiple options there. Like either
Mhm.
they can submit the documents online, or they can go for a verification service that's like extra
Yes. Yes.
package.
Yes.
Yeah, there are many
Exactly. There are multiple
multiple
packages.
packages.
They
And
can check.
once that is done, they go there, they submit the documentation, and then the other process is self-explanatory. People and
Correct.
and that's it.
Correct.
All is done. Hunky dory, you can come.
Yeah.
That's it, done. Yeah,
That's right.
fine.
Again, this video is provided for information purpose only. It should not be taken as immigration advice.
Yeah.
So because if you want immigration advice, you need to contact us directly, or any regulated immigration solicitor or lawyers or consultants, and present all your documents, and then they will provide accurate advice. So this video is given purely for information purpose and not an immigration advice.
Yeah, so to be very clear, these
Yes.
all whatever Badri has done is on assumptions. We have not
Correct.
taken a particular case and then we didn't go
Correct.
through anything. So all the cases are different, and that's the reason Badri is re-insisting every time. He's insisting that only after looking at your documents he can give you a clear idea on what you have
Correct.
to do. Yeah. So now
That's right.
don't take this advice as a final thing. This is everything is indicative based on an
Correct.
example we picked.
That's right. It's
Okay.
information purpose only,
It's
this
only
video.
for, yeah, it's information purpose only.
Correct.
Okay, so I think that we are done then, Badri. So we have done
Thank you.
completely. We've gone through the
I
whole.
hope it helps.
Yeah,
Yes.
hope it
Sure.
helped, and then all the best to everyone. And thank you. So we are just going to post this video, and anyone
Thank
who
you.
is interested, let them see and
Sure.
comment. Cheers.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a
Cheers.
lot. Vanakkam.
Bye. Vanakkam.
Thank you. Bye.